Hey guys, this week on adorethem.com we are talking about simplifying, and on the website we have a ton of great resources. Those articles, printables, shareable graphics, featured product, all of that fun stuff available to you around this topic of simplifying. And the thing that I wanted to touch on for today is simplifying technology, and even more specifically your smartphone. So I know how it can feel so overwhelming when your phone is buzzing or beeping at you, all day long. There are Facebook notifications, Twitter, Pinterest, email, texts, calls, voicemails. It just feels like a constant barrage coming in. And that's not even considering if you have, alerts on for different apps you've downloaded and this, that, or the other thing. So step one for simplifying your smartphone, simplifying and just getting back to a calmer place, because that's what this is about. I will tell you that I did this a couple years ago and I have not looked back since. And I was surprised at how much of a difference this made for me to take the time to clear out technology wise and smartphone wise, and it was just such a calming sense, because I firmly believe, I don't think that technology is inherently evil. I don't think that my iPhone is awful. I mean, I work from my iPhone constantly. I record these videos on my iPhone. My iPhone opens up amazing possibilities for me. I can answer emails from a playground. I can, share on social media to thousands of people with a click of a button with this tiny device in my hand. That's incredible. But sometimes they can get out of hand. Sometimes they can get frustrating. Sometimes it can get overwhelming. So I encourage you to follow these steps that I'm going to talk about in this video so that you can get back to the basics, so that your smartphone can start being a resource to you again, can be a great tool to you again without feeling like a distraction. So step one, turn off all your notifications. Turn them off. Just go into your settings, turn them off. You can then look and see which notifications you want turned back on. And I think you'll be surprised as to what you find. The other thing, turn off, the sound, turn off the little red dot in the corner, because I don't know about you, but for me, that little red dot drives me crazy if I see it there. So the interesting thing is, I get alerts for text messages, obviously for phone calls, any alarms or to-do lists, like calendar alerts show up for me. And I do get alerts for the Facebook page so that I see if you guys are commenting on anything so that I can reply, and same thing for Instagram. If I get a comment on Instagram, I can reply. But things that are turned off, I don't have Facebook notifications turned on for like my personal page, or just Facebook in general, and the little red dot doesn't show up. So if I have time to look at Facebook, I can go look at Facebook, but I'm not getting chimes throughout the day. This person liked your picture, this person liked your picture, this person shared this, and same thing for Instagram. Instagram stuff is turned off. So I get alerts if like I said, if someone comments, but I don't get alerts if someone subscribes or follows. I don't get alerts if someone likes a picture. I don't get alerts if someone goes live or something like that. And then same thing for Twitter. I get an alert if someone tweets at me, so that I know to respond. But other than that, it can all just happen behind the scenes, right? And if I have a minute to go check it, I'll go check it. Pinterest, I don't get alerts at all. The other thing that's kind of interesting is I turned off email alerts, which I know for some of you, you might need to see those as they come through. The nice thing is I actually have separate, my Adore Them email is separate from my Gmail. So I can see, I get alerts for the Adore Them emails that come in, because a lot of times those are important. I want to make sure that I'm getting back to you guys, getting back to potential sponsors, getting back to people quickly. But with Gmail, a lot of times, I can check it throughout the day instead of always being distracted by something that pops up. With my email, my little mail icon at the bottom of my smartphone, I don't even have that red dot there. I don't need the constant reminder that I have 150 unread emails. And I know for some of you, if you're like my husband, it's in the thousands. I don't need that constant stressor. I don't need that constant reminder that I'm behind or that I need to address these thousands of things. If I have a second to go check email, I will go check email. What else? On the note of emails, I took the time, and I still have to do this occasionally because it gets out of hand very quickly, but I will go through and I will unsubscribe from mailing lists, because I will get to the point where I find that I'll open my email and I spend more time just deleting emails that I don't even open than I do actually responding to email and looking at email that matters. So I encourage you to go through every once in a while and unsubscribe. The iPhone has made that easier lately. So a lot of lists, there's actually a little unsubscribe button at the top that you can do that. But usually if that's not there, you can scroll to the bottom and there should be an unsubscribe link that makes it pretty simple. On a similar note, if you should be clearing out those email subscriptions, paring that down, really, figuring out what emails you do need to get and which ones you just never open. So similarly, you can go through your Facebook account and you can go through the pages that you've liked and the groups that you've joined. I know groups has been a big one for me lately. Like, I went through and just cleaned out a lot of them. And the nice thing about this was, once I cleaned out the groups and once I cleaned out the Facebook pages that I liked, I rediscovered old Facebook pages that I had forgot that I had even liked. They weren't showing up in my timeline. There were people that people and bloggers and websites that I want to see content from that I wasn't seeing content from because there was so much clutter. So being able to go back in, rediscover that, and really get to see that content again and bring that back to life was fun. That was enjoyable. And that way I wasn't seeing all the other stuff that I didn't really care about. And same thing, if you're in there in like a group, maybe you still want to be a part of the group, but maybe you want notifications turned off. Or maybe you remember, oh yeah, this group is really helpful, I want notifications turned on. Maybe you go in and you say, oh yeah, adore them, I forgot that I liked that page. And you want to go in and turn on notifications. We would love that. And so all of that, you can customize it. And that's the thing with technology. Yes, it takes a little bit of time, just like cleaning your house does, or getting your files organized, or getting stuff at work organized, but you can organize technology to work in your favor. You are in control. You are in control of your friend list, of your Facebook list, of who you follow on Twitter, of who you're subscribed to via email. You are in control of this. So use it to your advantage. Same thing. So who you're following on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, I'll go through periodically and unfollow people that I'm not interested in anymore, so that the people that I am genuinely interested in rise to the top, and show up in my feed. The other thing that can be really helpful if you are like me and like to check out all of the new apps as they come out. I'm always curious, like, oh, what's this app? This sounds interesting. Let me try this one. And before I know it, I have tons of apps cluttering my phone. They take up storage, but they also take up visual space so that it's a little bit harder for me to navigate the phone, figure out what's where. It just gets cluttered. So you can go through and clear those out. You can always re-download an app. The nice thing is, even if you purchased an app, even if you paid for one, if you delete it, it's still saved in your Apple ID account. So if you ever want to re-download it, you're not going to have to pay for it again. You're able to just re-download it. So I'll even do this with apps that I know I might only use once every couple months or just here or there. I'll delete it because I know I can always re-download it in a matter of like 30 seconds if I need it. And like I said earlier, make sure that those notifications for those apps are turned off. It's very rare that I need notifications from an app, especially all like the game ones. You don't need all those little game alerts coming up telling you to come back and play for the day, especially if you have a lot of those kid games on your phone, which if you're a parent, you probably do. And the other thing I wanted to touch on is pictures. So one of the things that I use my iPhone for constantly is pictures, and I have a lot of picture editing apps. I love taking pictures. I love taking lots of pictures. I have to take lots of pictures to get that one good one of my kids where they're not crazy blurred or making a weird face. So they take up a lot of space, and it is important to go back fairly regularly and delete those so that you're not just filling up your iPhone every other day. Making sure you're staying on top of that. But the other resource that I've done to keep things very clean for pictures, but also for all of the other things, is Google Drive. So Google Drive is incredible. I pay, and this is not sponsored, this is just me loving Google. I pay $9.99 a month, I believe, for a terabyte of storage on Google Drive. So what this means is Google Photos is there. I have an app on my phone that is called Google Photos, and it automatically backs up the pictures and videos on my phone to the cloud. I also have all the Google Docs, Google Spreadsheets, Google Forms, Google Slides. I mean, pretty much instead of having a desktop, I use Google so that I can access it from my laptop, from my iPad, or from my smartphone. And it's an easy way for me to keep everything organized, keep my technology organized, keep my content and my pictures and my videos organized. And so I encourage you to check out those, because like I said, there are so many resources available. There's so many options available, and you are in control of this. So make it work for you. This can be a great resource, but I feel like so many times it just gets away from us because we don't take the time to pare down. We don't take the time to organize it. We don't take the time to, sift through this and figure out what might work best for us. And a lot of times it's just taking that step back and figuring out what do I need, and what do I need, and that's okay with just having that. Doesn't mean I'm deleting Facebook from my phone if I don't get notifications. It just means that, if I glance at my phone, the important text message from, my mom or something doesn't fall to the background amongst all these other notifications. So, as always, I hope that was helpful. If I left anything out, feel free to let me know. I'd love to hear what you've done, if you've done this before. What notifications do you guys have turned on? What do you leave on? What do you absolutely need to leave on? I'll be curious to hear. But like I said, you can check out the full Simplify collection where we talk about a lot of different areas of life where you're able to simplify at adorethem.com. And I will talk to you next time. Bye.